everybody! I'm here today to show you why driving with one hand will hurt your back. In this video, I'll be demonstrating and going over the specifics of driving with one hand and telling you specifically why it will hurt your back. Now, before I start this video, I'm not talking about driving with one hand just for a few moments. I'm talking about driving with one hand for an extended period of time, and I'm going to tell you why it is likely, very likely, to hurt your back in the long run and allow you to have, or cause you, I should say, to have back pain in the long run. With that being said, let's get right into the content of this video. So as you can see right here, we have a steering wheel. Now, a steering wheel is a circle for the most part. Some steering wheels have flat bottoms, but for the most part, a steering wheel is a circle. You know, most steering wheels are circles. That's what I should say. Some of them, the sportier ones, might be flat towards the lower end of them, but most of them are circles. Now, because they're a circle, they're meant to be held with two hands because, you know, you want to hold it on either side. Now, when I hold the steering wheel with two hands, what happens is my body is now facing the front of the car. I'm looking directly in front. My arms are directly in front. My back is straight. My shoulders are directly in front. Everything with regards to my back posture, my neck posture, my head posture, everything is perfectly the way that it should be. That's why, you know, you can drive like this for a long period of time and you are less likely to experience back pain or any sort of pain than if you have one hand on the wheel. Now, when you're driving with one hand on the other hand, that's pretty funny. When you're driving with one hand on the other hand, you are more likely to experience back pain. So check this out. If I'm driving with one hand, look at what my body's doing, okay? My head is looking directly in front of the steering wheel, okay? My eyes are focused towards the center of the windshield, but my head is facing directly in the front. That's the way that you drive. Your head is just focused directly in front of the steering wheel, okay? My shoulder is on an angle. So right now, my head and my shoulder are not parallel with each other. When you're driving with two hands, they are. When you're driving with one hand, my head is going like this, my shoulder's going like this, my back is going like this. So what happens is this. My head is facing this way, my shoulder is twisting in this way, and then my body is facing this way again. So I have like my head and my body facing one direction and my shoulders facing the other direction. And that's why it creates the potential, the higher potential for back pain, because my shoulder is throwing off and it's twisting my entire posture that I'm trying to create, okay? So it's as simple as that. Now, some people say, well, what if I drive with my hand like this? Well, if you drive with your hand like this, you're creating an imbalance on the steering wheel and you're not as safe with regards to your steering, okay? You're more likely to veer to the left, to sort of swerve a little bit to the left and drive to the left if your hand is to the left. If you do the same thing with your right hand, you're more likely to sort of swerve towards the right, okay? Now, that's why we recommend that, that's why I recommend that when you're driving with one hand, because you're shifting gears or whatever, you're adjusting your climate control, whatever the case is, that you drive with your hand in the top center of the steering wheel. Now, I understand that it's not practical, especially if you're driving a manual car, or if you're driving any car for that matter, to drive with two hands the entire time. Like, what, you know, to drive like this every single second that you're driving is not a practical driving situation. If you're driving a manual car, you have to switch gears. Even if you're driving an automatic car, you're going to adjust the climate control, you're going to do whatever you need to do on the center console area over here. So you're going to have to take one hand off of the steering wheel from time to time. I mean, even if you're rolling down the windows, you're going to have to take one hand off of the steering wheel to roll down the windows. At least on every car that I know about, the window controls are not on the steering wheel, okay? Now, with that being said, I'm not talking about like you're driving like this, let's say, then you shift gears, then you come back up, or, you know, you're reversing in a manual car, so you're just reversing like this. Whatever the case is, if you're driving with one hand on the steering wheel for a short period of time, you are less likely, you're not likely to experience any back pain, because what happens is that's no different than like staring to the side, not while driving, but like while you're standing up, you're staring to the side to look at something for 10 seconds and then you look back. You know, you're not likely to experience any neck pain in just that short period of time. What I'm talking about is experiencing back pain when you're driving with one hand on the wheel for a long period of time. So whether you're driving a manual car and you're constantly have your hand on the gear selector, you know, or you're driving like this because you want to have a, like sort of like a stance like this, or you're driving like this and you have your hand out the window, your arm out the window, it's going to cause you, it's more likely to cause you back pain when you do that for a long period of time. And that's why I wanted to make this video as sort of an informative video to help you avoid experiencing that back pain. What you want to do is you want to make sure that your posture, your head, your neck, your shoulders, and your body, they're all facing the same direction. That's how you get good posture. So right now, if I drive like this, my head is facing forward, my neck is nice and straight, my shoulders and arms are facing forward, my body's facing forward, everything is facing the same direction, and nothing's twisting and so forth. And what happens is when you get that twisting motion, whether it's like this or like this or like this, whatever the case is, you're more likely to experience back pain. And when you drive with one hand for an extended period of time, you are creating a twist in your posture, and that's what it is that actually causes the back pain. And that's basically it. In this video, I've told you that driving with one hand, and I've shown you that driving with one hand, the reason why driving with one hand is more likely to cause you to have some back pain in the long term for the long run. I really hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great car and driving videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.